On this we shall not falter.
Maiden speech, Kate Dearden.
Mr Deputy Speaker, thank you for allowing me to make my first contribution to this House. I'd like to thank the Honourable Member for his contributions to this debate too. Today's debate is a crucial one on how we rebuild our economy in a way that works for all. I'm delighted to be joining my many excellent new Labour colleagues making their brilliant Labour maiden speeches. I'm also delighted to follow the incredible Holly Lynch. Holly dedicated her talent and energy to supporting her constituents. She was a casework champion who still found time to push for protections for our emergency service workers and global causes like fair trade. Holly's commitment was second to none, and I'll do my best to follow in her footsteps. In succeeding Holly, I'm proud to take my place in one of Parliament's great traditions, the Labour Women of Halifax. Since the election of Shirley Summerskill in 1964, there have only been 4 years where Halifax has not been represented by a Labour woman. I'm lucky to have the support of brilliant women, from the Labour Women's Network to trade union colleagues and my late teacher, Elaine Barker, who set me on the road to this House. I'm standing on the shoulders of my sisters and I will not let them down. Mr Deputy Speaker, Halifax is a town bursting with history. It was a centre of the wool trade and textile manufacturing, with the Peace Hall the most beautiful and well-known testament to our heritage. But there is far more to the history of Halifax than that. We have a magnificent minster, the imposing Wainhouse Tower, and Shibden Hall, home of lesbian diarist Anne Lister. Halifax's industrial heritage has meant a close connection to socialist movements. It was a stronghold for Chartists, a centre of trade union activism, the birthplace of Halifax Building Society, and has a legacy of cooperative movements. As a trade unionist and now a Labour and cooperative Member of Parliament, it's a history I'm proud to celebrate. And celebrating our history has become a big part of Halifax's future. The Peace Hall is now one of the UK's best music venues. This summer, hosting the Idols, Tom Jones and the Ministry of Sound, and I'll leave honourable members to guess who I prefer to see. We've reimagined the beating industrial heart of Halifax at Dean Clough Mill as a centre for art, culture, food and shopping. And this, combined with the beautiful nature of the Calder Valley, has seen Halifax transforming into Hollywood. Many in this chamber will have seen Happy Valley, but there's also Gentleman Jack, The Last Tango in Halifax, and we even hosted Marvel for their Secret Invasion. As a Member of Parliament for Halifax, I'll lobby for any future editions of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to come and celebrate the home of Toffee, Rolos and Quality Street. There are so many other things that make Halifax a unique and special town. From our fabulous independent department store, Harvey's, where I bought today's lovely dress, to Eureka, the children's museum where I and every other former school kid in the north of England went on school trips. And of course, the famous Shea, home to Halifax Town and Halifax Panthers. Mr Deputy Speaker, I must also mention some of the challenges my town still faces. Like most of the ex-industrial UK, we face decades of neglect and underinvestment. Halifax endures significant deprivation, with above levels of unemployment and child poverty. Access to housing is a problem, especially for young people, and the availability of GPs came up time and time again on the doorstep. The people of Halifax have struggled for too long with the cost of living crisis, low wages and poor public services. This has been the story of my town and of our country. As anyone who knows Yorkshire will guess, the people of Halifax have done much to help each other. Halifax is the home of Andy's Man Club, which many members will know from their essential work to support men's mental health. I met their volunteers and also those at Healthy Minds, another great charity helping tackle mental illness. Noah's Ark Debt Centre offers crucial financial support, and the Holy Nativity Church in Mixenden is one of several organisations running a food bank and a Pay What You Can cafe. There's Daisy Chain Cafe, which provides a haven for the elderly to meet and socialise, and St Augustine's Centre, which gives much needed support to refugees. These brilliant community initiatives have done their best to help those struggling in recent years, and they've achieved much. However, we know that the buck stops with us, and that we must address the issues facing our nation and prove that things can get better. These issues, when not addressed, lead to suffering, despair and anger. We on the Labour benches can celebrate our success at the election, but a victory for our party is only ever a means to an end. Our goal now is to bring about the change we promised. I'm proud to be delivering my maiden speech in this debate, where we set the agenda for what we will do to improve the lives of everyone across the country. Part of this is close to my own heart, the New Deal for working people. In my previous role at the brilliant Community Trade Union, I was proud to be part of drafting these aims alongside trade union colleagues. This agenda on extending workers' rights, including for those who are self-employed or part of the gig economy, is one I want to champion over the next 5 years. So, Mr Deputy Speaker, I'd like to end with a few thank yous. Firstly, to all the people I've mentioned so far, who make Halifax the wonderful town it is. Thank you for everything you do. Secondly, to the incredible activists of Halifax. The Labour team in our town should be the envy of CLPs nationwide, and I could not be more grateful. And as every member in this House knows, we are here because of those around us, the family, friends and colleagues who supported us. So I want to thank my wonderful friends, my mum, my dad, my sister and my partner Brad. And finally, thank you to the people of Halifax for trusting me. I'll fight every day to achieve everything I can for you and reward the faith that you've shown in me.